Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Dirt 3. Let's hop into the next race and try to pound out these remaining races in this game and be done. I just realized the loading screen is an upside down Triforce.
Alright, let's get back to work.
Instead of playing Zelda, which I kind of wish I was playing Zelda compared to this, and I don't even really want to play Zelda Breath of the Wild that much. Finish without rolling or spinning. Interesting. Like, it doesn't matter what the quests are though. The quest system actually has lost any value in the game since we are already up to level 30. And this will be an interesting one. Yeah, that whole system that they spent some energy creating was completely ruined by what I can only assume are DLC cars that gave me extra experience and destroyed the economy of the experience. I should be still below level 30 right now, by all rights, but I'm not. I'm way above level 30. If I could be above level 30, I would be somewhere probably closer to 40, 45 if it just kept on going. So position 4, lap 1. This is going to be a slightly difficult race, just because all the road is narrow. Lap 2 only in position 3. This has been pretty typical for the later third of the game, where it takes 2 laps to get to first place. Maybe even now this one will take 3 laps to get to first place. We're going between paved road and dirt road, which I suppose that's something you wouldn't ever do in a NASCAR race. Why is he getting so far ahead of me? That's an interesting question. Am I driving worse, or is this race somehow programmed to not let me get in the first position? Wow. We're on the 3rd lap and we still haven't passed him. And our car is not accelerating. Instead, the car is mostly rubber banding ahead of me. Just crash this guy if that's what we've got to do. So 3rd lap to get in the first place. That's a new one. But doesn't really matter. There's still 5 laps in total. We have never had a race on casual that came even close to challenging my first position. There's been a couple races where I haven't paid attention and my time was slower, and I was surprised to end up in 4th. But when it actually is position racing, it's always the same scenario. You get in first place, you are so far ahead of everybody else. Like, we can look behind us, there's nobody there. We've left them in our dust. Feels like I may need to feather the acceleration a little bit more. I finally figured out through the manual transmission options that when the muffler sputters, that's usually an indication that your car is moving too fast for the gear it's in, and you either need to shift up or you're moving too slow for the gear you're in. well, then you would need to shift up, shift down. Yeah, if I said that correctly, I think I did. However, since I'm playing on an automatic and they hid the manual transmission option in the menu so well, most people are never going to know that's what that means, nor does it mean anything in automatic because there's no way to shift up or shift down. Like, if I'm hitting the button that would shift me down right now and it's not doing anything. There we go. One race down.
Don't forget, you can upload that race footage to YouTube if you think it's good enough.
Several more to go, I'm sure. Well, one more race for this one, and then I have to go click a different box to do some more races. Then I need to click a different box to do some more races. Boxes and races. You would really see the ridiculousness here. And I think we've done somewhere around 230 races. It would be really, really ridiculous if all the races were presented to you in a row. Instead of breaking it up through labeling things as different tournaments. If it just was race number 1, race number 2, race number 3, race number 400. I think that number was so much hidden to even the creators that they hid it from themselves, that they didn't realize that they were giving too much. Also, some of these races are DLC, so that's another way games can get bigger than they should be. Speaking of bigger than it should be, turns out that there's a collectible in the latest Zelda game where you can find a certain collectible element, and there are 900 of them in the entire world, and that's way too many. The good news is it seems that you don't really get any kind of reward for finding them, so it would be very silly for you to just seek out collecting all 900, although some people will do it. And that might make a very interesting speed run, but it may still be a speed run that takes over an hour to do is not much of a speed run, and I imagine it probably would take at least 2 or 3, even if you knew the best path possible to do it. I'm in first position on lap 4. The laps on this one are kind of short, so that helps a little bit, but there are 8 of them. And here we go. Just keep on driving forward. I was gonna see if I could drive backwards on one of these races. Let's see. When we get on lap 8, I'm gonna see if I can do this. We need to. Looking at the left, there's a section and a split time for each of the races. And so when I get close to lap 8, and well, actually the cars behind me are kind of close to me. This would be a very risky thing to do for a very silly reason. And it really is something I should probably try to do in free play if I'm going to goof around. But the fact that I want to goof around and drive the car backwards into the racetrack is It's just evidence of how silly this is, and how long this goes. The question is, can I get up to 70 or 90 going in reverse? I almost hit 100 there. And see, far behind us, there still is something. So it would have been silly to actually drive backwards.
Amazing! What an intense race!
You can say that again. I can't believe you came back in one piece, let alone grabbed a podium.
And all they ever do is comment that you got a podium. They don't even have special things for first place. They really don't reward you for succeeding here. And then here we have the rep system, just pointless. They might as well not show it anymore. Honestly,
this is it. Every race, every season, every training run has been building up to this. The DC Shoes Super Series. We've come a long way from our first season races, haven't we?
Yeah, you've really gone from zero to hero.
Well, you were never a zero in my book, but you've still got to survive the Super Series first.
He's right. The Super Series is a test of all your racing skills, but I know you can do it.
So DC Shoes bringing us the race. And the one thing I wanted to test was if this unlocked something over here. No, it doesn't. Interesting. So this 60 points to unlock and this 120 points to unlock is not affected at all by the number of points that are collected in this race, series of races. And furthermore, the number of points to unlock this is affected by all the points collected by the previous races. So that's quite the confusion there. Alright, we wanted to goof around, and we have one more Gymkhana thing to do. So just take first car we can see. Again, making me hit the A button to pick a car is kind of silly.
I haven't seen a donut or a drift that could stop
considering
you.
all the cars seem to drive nearly exactly the same. Wasting my time in menus. So we're gonna do 4 races here. And this would be the appropriate time to actually try and drive backwards. So what we're going for here is lots of smash things. I'm at 7 points right now. You want to get these smash things in order as fast as possible. That way they increase their pointage. I need to get a grind or a donut going here. And see, that didn't lock in. 6,000 points. Drift a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the... We've got 8 seconds we need to jump. Well, second points, I'll take it. So Ken Block is the person to beat. I guess I have to kind of applaud the game for not making casual so easy that Ken Block, who is in first place right now, never gets first place in the next race or any of the previous races, so it's it's impossible to actually lose. Like, this is a different type of race. Alright. Smash. Let's see. See, this area, it has been kind of just expanded for us, it seems. And then 4th, I'm not doing anything here. This is not the right way to do this. Let's go this way and get some air. Alright, 4th. Let's see. First place. Alright, so we got 8 seconds. Here's what I want to do. I want to do this and see if I can actually drive the car backwards. And I really can't. It's too slow, and you have to change the orientation that you're driving and steering to the opposite, of course, because you're going backwards, which is something that sometimes is hard to learn when you're learning how to drive a car. But yeah, at top speed you're barely going 20 or 30, so the idea that you could go backwards and get up to 60, 70, 80, 90 is not there, which kind of sucks. That would be a funny way to drive a car, but if they made races like that, they would just start putting the engines and the gearboxes in backwards, and to make it work the way it shouldn't. This is one of those racetracks that's more about getting around the place than anything else. So let's hit this. There we go. 4th now. Going first. Could we have gotten first just hitting these blocks? Probably. There's just a lot of wildness going on. That's a big part of these races, these Gymkhana races too, is you're really just wildly whipping your car around, hoping to hit things. Getting extra points doesn't really matter. There is like an achievement or something for getting over a certain number of points, but I bet it's a little bit more than 200,000 even. It's probably something closer to 250,000, if not 500,000. I think if you actually could play it and get the stunt multiplier, yeah, that's what it's called, the stunt multiplier, up to 5, then you'd be getting incredibly higher scores. Now we're at race 4-4. Go for the jump, hit this, go for the jump, slide, drift for a full 5,000, come back this way, go for the jump, slide this way. interesting path, particularly because this is not a track we've seen before at all. This is like a pier. And how are we doing? And this part looks familiar enough. And these look familiar enough. We're at 4 and we've got 30 seconds, so let's keep this going. That. I'm in first place now. The real question is just how many more points could I have gotten. This one in particular would have required a lot of driving around. So kind of a difficult racetrack. And they added a little section there that we haven't seen in any other track. And probably won't ever see in any track. So we've got that to gold, even though we didn't get this to platinum or anything. And sadly, that's where this game is going to end as far as these small triangles for me. We've done as many things as we can, and if this does unlock it like a third tier of things, frankly, I couldn't even care if it did. I really couldn't. We've done so much already. There's nothing that would make a good argument. Even if it was like a brand new style of gameplay, something amazingly new. This looks like
itching to get back behind the wheel again, I say.
Maybe I just haven't ever driven it before. It's just all gonna be too little too late. I'm already frustrated with the 200 plus races I've done for them to throw something new in there and reinvigorate my interest in this game. So I need 25 of these guys, and to get 25 guys without hitting anything is gonna prove to be difficult. Let's see. Alright, where are some more I can hit? 24 points.
No way, dude. You gotta do better than that.
I can do this. Just gotta be a little bit better. But you can definitely tell what's going on here. This is a total hit it scenario where you're supposed to get into these donuts, and as you get into the donuts you're supposed to spin around. Ongoing with, I've got to hit all of these.
A tough day at the office, compadre. Not bad.
We need to find a better path. Is the problem. So if I go here and then do this and then do this and then drive all around here very slowly and do this and then skip that and just try to hit this. Here we go. Made it to bronze. There we go. Not gonna do any better than that.
All right,
though.
a bronze medal.
So, yep. One more little race we can do. Give me 5,000 left. I guess I have to also applaud that the rep system doesn't integrate into the multiplayer system. So you can't just buy the complete collection and then automatically be way better off and way higher than the people who bought the original game and didn't buy all the DLC. Well, I think that's good enough. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.